Hey everyone, it's Tony G. This video may come across as somewhat insensitive, but I'm asking you to please push that aside and hear the message. Hear what I'm trying to say, and try not to focus so much on the fact that it's offensive or it's insensitive. Some of you may know, my father-in-law passed away a week ago yesterday. And my mother-in-law was at the house yesterday and we were talking, and I asked her a simple question because I really didn't know the answer to it. I said, how did Michael die? And she said, well, the report said that he died of natural causes and MS. I disagree. I think saying he died of natural causes and a combination of that and MS is being nice. That's what I think it is. When I made a video for him, we played it at the funeral. Let me give you some background. I found out some very, very interesting things about my father-in-law that quite honestly I didn't know, and quite honestly I was surprised to find out. He was an extremely active person growing up. He ran marathons, he jogged. I've never run a marathon, and I don't like to jog. But what blows my mind is when I met my father-in-law, he's 6'4", so keep that in mind. He was about 420 pounds when I met him. And so I just assumed he had always been big. I just assumed that. Come to find out, the day my mother-in-law and my father-in-law, the day they got married, he was 210 pounds. Now at 6'4", it's slim. So I asked my mother-in-law one day, I said, when do you say something? 30 pounds? 50 pounds? 100 pounds? When do you say something to someone? Because I believe we've been so conditioned in this country especially to keep silent when it comes to almost anything. Almost anything. You gotta keep your mouth shut because you can offend someone. I think being silent is extremely dangerous, and I think it can kill people. And I'm not bashing on my mother-in-law. I love my mother-in-law. I think she's done the best she can with what she's learned. She said to me one day, because I tried to talk to my in-laws, I tried to talk to my father-in-law about his weight. And of course I was critical, and I was criticizing, and I was offensive. All the things that come along with wanting to help someone think differently and get on a healthy path. She literally said to me these words, and I will never forget them because they were mind-blowing to me. His friends, let me back that up. His real friends never mention his weight. Those were her exact words to me. Well, I completely disagree. Your real friends are going to mention something to you, whether it's alcohol, drugs, or obesity. They're going to say something. They should say something. I personally believe my father-in-law died because he was morbidly obese. And I think he got the flu. And I think that was just too much for his body. He couldn't take it. Do I believe that, quite honestly, he's much better off? Yep. He's got a new body in heaven. No more pain, no more suffering. He laid in that bed for years. And here's the thing. He laid in that bed for years, not because he had MS. He laid in that bed for years because he was too big to get out of bed. If he was 250 pounds, they could have gotten him out of bed. If he had the little hover around thing, he could have gotten around. He used to use it at first when the MS was getting bad. He would get in it and he would, you know, navigate around the house, sometimes go outside. We had ramps built for him. So I guess my message today is, if you guys can get past the part that you think this is insensitive and offensive, is you've got one life on earth. Why not make it your best life? And I understand things happen. He developed MS. But what compounded that MS was the obesity. It just made things that much harder, when you would think you'd want to do the complete opposite and you'd want to get to a weight to make things easier. Once again, I think my mother-in-law and her sister did the best that they knew how to do. But there's a saying that I absolutely love: when you know better, you do better. So if there's anyone out there that's in a similar boat, your spouse, your friend, your neighbor, you've noticed over the years they're just putting on the excess pounds, becoming unhealthier and unhealthier, have the courage to say something to them. Take the chance of them being a little offended, because you know what? If your heart's right, it doesn't matter. You could literally be saving their lives because you had the courage to say something to them, and the courage to want to help them, and the courage to take the chance of being offensive or critical or criticizing. If you do it from the heart and you do it with the right motives, it's never wrong. So that's my message for today. If you've got someone in your life that's heading down that same road, obesity, morbid obesity, overweight at all, say something to them. Don't wait till it's too late, because you'll regret it for the rest of your life. All right, that's my message today, guys. Hopefully that'll make a difference, even in just one person's life. All right, that's what these videos are about. I don't care how many people don't like them. What matters to me is if it changes one person's life. That's all that matters to me. All right, listen, I love you guys. So does Jesus. Have a great week. Peace.